Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Crooks209 back at you guys with another video, and today we are going to be going over how to read patterns. Reading patterns, in my opinion, is one of the most important skills that any fighter can have in the game, but it's also one of the most difficult aspects to learn, one of the most difficult skills to learn, as well as a skill that's going to take you guys a pretty long time to feel comfortable with. So if you're newer to the game and this is all new to you, do not get discouraged if you're not able to read patterns straight off the rip. It takes quite a while to learn. It took me a very long time to not only learn it, but to feel comfortable enough to take it in ranked and to use it against other elite players. So I wanted to make this video to give you guys a little bit of tips to help you guys get better at reading patterns and to be able to bait out patterns once you're able to read them. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the first tip that I have for you guys, and that is to pay attention to what your opponent is doing in terms of movement. So anybody that plays online, whether you're new or you're a vet at this game, you know that you and your opponent start off at opposing corners, and most of the time you guys are going to meet up right here in the middle of the octagon. So from here, you're going to want to pay attention to what your opponent is doing in terms of their movement and their footwork. Are they pressing forward and staying in your face and being in the pocket right here? Are they trying to play from out here? Are they circling? Are they circling in right here? Are they just moving in and out, forward and backwards? What are they trying to do? That'll give you a good key that'll give you the first pattern to read is their movement, and it'll give you a key as to the way that they're going to approach the fight with you. So the second tip that I can give you guys is to learn the play style that your opponent wants to play against you. This can sometimes be given away with the fighter that they use. So if you see a Jorge Masvidal, you're gonna know instantly off the rip this is gonna be a stand-up fight. You're not gonna worry too much about Masvidal trying to take you down or trying to submit you. He's going to want to stand up with you and exchange. But if you're fighting against somebody like Kamaru Usman, who's one of the more balanced fighters in the game now because of his buff to his stand-up, you don't know. You don't know if he's going to want to stand up with you or if he's going to want to grapple with you. So you really want to pay attention to what your opponent is doing in terms of their movement and their gameplay. Are they shooting for takedowns? Are they trying to mix you up with combinations? That'll help you better read the pattern that they're going to try to do to you in the middle of a fight. So the third tip I can give you guys is there's an A and a B part to this, depending on the style that your opponent wants to play against you or wants to use against you. So if they're trying to strike, you're going to want to learn their combinations. Well, you're going to want to learn, first of all, in what manner are they going to want to strike you. Are they going to want to play from the outside, or are they going to want to stay in the pocket with you in exchange? Now we're going to break down both of these styles. So the pattern that you want to read from out here, if they're trying to play from the outside, is what are they throwing? Are they coming in leading with a jab straight, or are they calf kicking you? Are they going for head kicks? Are they feigning a lot? Or are they using a lot of front kicks? Kamaru Usman doesn't have a front kick, but are they using front kicks if they have a front kick? What are they doing from the outside? And that'll help you start to get a good feel on their pattern of what they're trying to hit you with and what they're trying to do. And if they're trying to stay in the pocket and fight you, what are they doing in here? Are they trying to primarily go to your head? Are they block breaking you? Are they throwing 2-3 punch combinations? Are they throwing 1-2 to the head and then ripping to the body? Are they exclusively going to the body? What are they trying to do inside the pocket? It'll give you a good pattern to read as the fight goes along. And then occasionally, there's a third style. Occasionally a fighter is good and they want to do both. So they'll start from out here and then they'll end up right in your face, right? So you want to read what your opponent is doing when they enter the pocket with you. So when they're out here, are they coming in just blocking? Are they coming in with a jab? Are they coming in, you know, slipping? Are they double slipping? Are they coming in with body kicks? Sometimes you'll get an opponent that comes in with a body kick. Are they coming in feigning a jab, going to a hook? What are they doing? You want to get a good feel for that, as well as, you know, as we talked about pocket fighting before, you want to learn what they're trying to do inside here as well. You know, are they trying to clinch you up, or are they trying to strike with you? Super important. It'll help you to better analyze the pattern that they're giving you. So the B part to that third tip is if they're trying to grapple you, you want to pay attention to how they're trying to set up their grappling. Are they out here again on the outside? Are they shooting for ankle picks right here, trying to get a good takedown? Are they shooting for turning takedowns? Are they, you know, how are they trying to initiate their grappling? Are they double leg bailing you like this right here? Oh, if Kamaru will do it. Are they double leg bailing you like this right here and taking your back and trying to shoot for a takedown from the outside? You really want to pay attention to what they are doing. And also in the pocket right here as well, are they clinching you up, trying to throw a couple knees and then getting a trip? Are they trying to bail you from right here as well? So all of that kind of goes hand in hand. You really want to pay attention to what your opponent is doing and the play style that they're using against you. And this will better help, you'll be able to analyze patterns a lot better if you know what your opponent is doing. That's all that analyzing and reading a pattern is you're paying attention to what your opponent is doing, so that way you can set up counters for it in the future. So with that being said about counters, the fourth tip that I can give you guys is to learn to set traps. This is probably the funnest and most creative tip that I'm going to give you guys in this video, is to learn to set traps. So what I mean by setting traps is you're trying to bait your opponent into doing a pattern that you've already read. So example is, if I know my opponent is trying to box me from the outside and he's trying to time a jab straight, and I have his timing down, I've read the pattern, I know it's for sure going to happen. He's done this every single time. We're now in the third round. He's done this every single round and he's not changing it up. I'm going to now try to time a front kick off of that jab straight. So what I would do is I'd hang out right here. This is jab straight range for, this right here would be jab straight range for Jorge. And he'd hit me with a jab straight. So unfortunately Kamaru Usman doesn't have a front kick, or I would show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But I'd hang out right here in this range right here, and as soon as I knew that he was gonna flick for that jab, I'd throw a front kick. And if you time it out perfectly, you're gonna hit your opponent in that vulnerability spot, and you might even get a rock depending on how low their head health is or how their stamina is in terms of throwing the jab straight. But that's setting a trap. You're trying to bait out a pattern that you've read off of an opponent, and trying to get them to do that pattern and having a counter already ready for it. So like I said, it's one of the funnest things that you can do, and it's one of the biggest confidence builders that you can have in your head, is when you get somebody's pattern and you're able to counter off of it, because then you feel like no matter what they do, you got a setup for it. So the fifth tip that I can give you guys, and this is going to be the last tip, is to be able to learn patterns and set traps on the fly. So what do I mean by this? Elite players will switch up their patterns mid-fight. It is one of the most difficult things that you're going to run into, but it happens. Amongst elite players, they know if they're facing another elite player, they know that person knows it's going to figure out their tendencies, and if they do not switch it, they're going to be easy pickings for their opponents. So what they'll do, for example, is, you know, one round they'll come out and they will be in your face, pressure striking you, right? and you feel like, you know what, I got this guy's pattern. He's throwing the same combinations over and over again. And then in the second round, he comes out with Kamaru Usman and he starts grappling you. So then you're like, it kind of throws you for a loop, because you're like, man, this guy in the first round, he stood up with me the entire time. But now he's out here trying to grapple me, and now we see he's switching up his patterns. He's keeping you on your toes. So a lot of elite fighters will do this, not necessarily in terms of grappling, but they'll come out and they'll be heavy aggressive, and then in the second round they'll play back here, and they'll start counter fighting. And if that works against you, then they'll stick with this play style. If it doesn't, then they'll switch to something else. And you have to be able to read the patterns round by round, and be able to adjust and be able to set up traps round by round. So that being said, like, if they're aggressive, you got to have a trap for that. If they're playing counter, then you gotta realize what they're doing, analyze the pattern, read the pattern, make a trap for that. Then in the third round, if they're trying to grapple you, then you got to read the pattern on that. And believe me, it's a lot of thinking going into a fight that you're really just trying to do off muscle memory, but it's what makes elite players elite, if you're able to become a master at reading patterns. So that's it for the tip, guys. Those tips, hopefully they helped you guys out. Let me know in the comment section if they did. If you need some clarification on some things that I said in this video, feel free to hit me up in the comment section, or on PlayStation, or on my Twitter. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, my link's in my bio. Go shoot me a follow, message me on there, tweet me on there, or you can hit me up on any of the other two platforms that I told you guys. If you guys are new to the channel and you really enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. And let's go ahead and hit the like button if you like this video as well. I want to see and try to get up to at least 10 likes on the video. It'd be much appreciated as far as it goes to getting this video in the algorithm and it reaching more players. So it'd be much appreciated. But until the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you guys